In the wild world of pro wrestling, the news never stops. Here are some of the biggest news stories going on right now. CM Punk, well, he's called out fans. There's an increasing issue in WWE that stars have to deal with while traveling to show, as there are some fans who will show up at airports to get them to sign various things, whether that be toys, shirts, and other merchandise. While one or two things are fine, most incidents see talents have to sign multiple things. Rhea Ripley, Rey Mysterio, they've gone through this before. Rey Mysterio, he made headlines because he went and turned down a fan by telling him that he couldn't sign it because he wouldn't help them make money off of his autograph. The fan had several items, including a Funko Pop and trading cards. CM Punk took to Instagram to remind fans to not follow wrestlers around the airport, whether that is to get autographs or do meet and greets. He wrote, "Hey guys, love y'all, but friendly reminder to respect privacy and boundaries. Airports are not a meet and greet. If you have to ask, you have to stop. Please follow me multiple times. You have a crossed line. Please stop this, thank you, and stop using your children as a shield or an excuse." CM Punk is slated to meet Drew McIntyre at Hell in a Cell come Bad Blood October 5th in Haunt Atlanta. Up next is Thunder Rosa because she is injured. The AEW star shared on Busted Open Radio that she has been experiencing a concussion and will need a couple of weeks to heal up. Rosa's most recent match was on the August 31st episode of AEW Collision, where she participated in a fatal four-way match against Serena Deeb, Queen Amana, and the eventual winner, Hikaru Shida. Now, prior to that, she won against Deonna Purrazzo in a bull rope match on the August 10th episode of Collision. Since making her comeback from a 16-month break due to injury in late December, Rosa has wrestled a total of 21 times in All Elite Wrestling. This includes 4 matches during AEW's time in the Arlington Eastport Arena of her home state of Texas while taping Collision. That's what she had to say. If you think you might have a concussion, it's really important to stop. Don't push yourself. It's just not worth it. I can tell you right now, I'm dealing with a concussion. I'll be out a few more weeks, probably a couple of weeks. Yeah. Well, we wish her a speedy recovery. Charlotte Flair, rumor killer, because Charlotte Flair has been out of action all of 2024 due to injury. The top star tore her ACL, MCL, and meniscus in December on an episode of SmackDown in a match with Asuka. The injury happened when Flair did a spot in the corner, seemingly twisting while falling, and immediately grabbed her knee. Coming out of the surgery, she has been doing a lot of rehab, documenting her progress. These types of injuries usually result in an athlete being out 9 to 12 months. Flair, she's no different. Now, PWN previously reported the former WWE Women's Champion current timetable is a return in November. There had been rumors that WWE had started making plans for her. However, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select has reported that is not the case because she is not medically cleared, and those in WWE believe that there are still some time before she returns to the ring, as these injuries that she sustained are severe. It was said that in February, Flair was ahead of schedule with her rehab. A WWE source stated that she is not medically cleared, and until she's medically cleared, WWE will likely not make any creative plans for her. AEW is not interested in this former WWE star because since launching in 2019, AEW has signed many former WWE stars whom have become big stars while others have returned to WWE. One name not likely to go to AEW, that's Matt Riddle. He stayed busy since departing from WWE, working independents, MLW, New Japan, and more. He's even came out and said that he believes that there's a good chance he thinks he'll return to WWE. While in a recent interview with SI's Stephen Malazone, and I completely botched his name, Riddle noted that he had a conversation with AEW President Tony Khan. However, he said that it was an awkward one. I talked to Tony. I don't know if he likes me. He seemed happy. I wrestled Zack Sabre Jr. in Chicago. He seemed cool about it. I don't know. When you meet me, I'm very sarcastic, but when I met him, I was like, oh, you like that match? But I said it in a different way, and he looked at me all confused. I was like, never mind, dude, and I just walked away. So that was my experience. Fightful Select was told behind the scenes Tony Khan has not had any interest in bringing in Matt Riddle, especially over the last few years. In fact, they were told that AEW talent almost never works Riddle on the indies, and when they do, it's in Mexico. TNA, though, on the other hand, their sources hope that Riddle is able to make an appearance for them, as he simply does not have contracts with MLW or New Japan. And finally, Roman Reigns. After the September 13th episode of SmackDown, an interesting note has come out explaining why WWE made the changes they did to Roman Reigns. Because on the season premiere of SmackDown, when they returned to the USA Network, there was a steel cage match where Solo Sikoa put over undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. That opened the show. Now, following the match, the Bloodline attacked the top star until Roman came out and returned to help him. Later on, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, they faced off against the Bloodline, and they signed a contract for a tag team match. October 5th, Bad Blood. It's going to be Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns teaming up once again to take on Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Initially, Reigns wasn't slated to appear on SmackDown, but a few weeks ago, he was taken off promotional material, leaving fans wondering what was going on and whether or not he would even be part of the show. Now, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select has provided a little bit more insight because it's like, it was very weird. So, according to Fightful Select, the reason Reigns was removed from the ads was to make it a surprise for fans in attendance and those watching at home. It was mentioned that Reigns was not included in the rundowns for the show. However, Reigns was always intended to be part of the show, even though he was taken off promotional materials and not listed on the rundowns. WWE, they later did confirm the tag team match would in fact be Reigns and Rhodes against Solo and Fatu at Bad Blood. As of right now, it's unclear whether or not Reigns will appear on episodes of SmackDown before Bad Blood. Considering they're about 3 weeks away, I would say that it's a pretty fair shot of him appearing. I'm still not a huge fan of Roman and Cody being at Bad Blood because we know that they're going to do Roman with his version of the Bloodline, Cody Rhodes, Jimmy, probably Jay, maybe even Sammy, them coming in and taking on the new Bloodline. So we'll see how it shakes out. I think it's going to be interesting. I will say this. I'm not a huge fan of Roman Reigns as a babyface. I really prefer him as a heel. I think he is a better heel. I have no idea why they changed up his music. Thought that was ridiculous. He had a banger of a song. Call Me a Mark, but I had that as my ringtone. It's just a good theme song. It's one of their better ones, considering that most of their theme songs nowadays absolutely suck. So we'll see how it all shakes out. Let me know down in the comments there below. What do you think about all the news? Pretty quiet weekend, but on Sunday we had some heavy hitters, and that carried into Monday.